Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a trip down memory lane, a journey back to a time when things were, well, a little different. We're talking about the 80s. If you grew up in that decade, you know exactly what I mean. We were a special breed, weren't we? Real, strong 80s kids. Remember what it was like? We had this incredible immune system, practically forged in steel. We didn't really care about bacteria or obsess over every little germ. We played outside until the streetlights came on, made mud pies, and drank water straight from the hose. And you know what? We were fine. It was all part of the adventure. The 5-second rule? Please, for us, it was more like the 5-minute rule, or maybe the as long as it doesn't have visible hair on it rule. We built forts in the woods, rode our bikes for miles without a helmet in sight, and our idea of a safety net was learning how to fall and get back up again. And let's talk about food. There were no picky eaters at our dinner table, were there? You ate what was served, simple as that. Mom or dad would put a plate in front of you and that was dinner. No special requests, no custom orders. You ate your vegetables, you finished your plate, and you were grateful for it. Because the sooner you finished, the sooner you could run back outside and play with your friends. There was a whole world waiting for us out there, and we couldn't wait to get back to it. Dinner was just a pit stop, a quick refuel before the next adventure. We weren't worried about gluten-free, organic, or artisanal anything. If it was on the table, it was good enough for us. And honestly, some of those simple home-cooked meals are the flavors I miss the most today. Now let's get into the disciplinary side of things. Being mischievous was practically a full-time job for an 80s kid. We were always testing the boundaries, seeing what we could get away with. And our parents? They had their own set of tools for keeping us in line. Who remembers the ultimate threat? The one that could stop you dead in your tracks? That's right, the dreaded flying shoe. Or maybe it was a slipper, a belt, or just the look from mom. Whatever it was an effective tool. A quick, stern correction, and the message was received loud and clear. There was no long negotiation or a debate about our feelings. We knew when we'd crossed a line, and we learned from it pretty quickly. And that discipline didn't stop at home. School was a whole other ballgame. If you misbehaved in class, you faced the consequences right then and there. Maybe you had to write lines on the chalkboard, stand in the corner, or get a stern talking to from the principal. But the real kicker was what happened when you got home. There was no hiding it. The school would call your parents, or you'd bring home a note, and then you'd face round 2. Getting in trouble at school often meant you were in double trouble at home. It was like a tag team punishment system. But it taught us accountability. It taught us that our actions had consequences, not just in one part of our lives, but in all of them. It built character. Do you remember any of these experiences? That feeling of freedom, of simple fun, of knowing the rules and the consequences? We climbed trees, scraped our knees, and learned life lessons the hard way. We weren't bubble-wrapped. We were resilient. We learned to solve our own problems, entertain ourselves without a screen, and navigate the world with a sense of toughness and common sense. Looking back, it seems like a different universe compared to today, doesn't it? But those experiences, from the dirt-covered hands to the fear of a parent's wrath, shaped us into who we are. They gave us stories to tell, a sense of humor, and a shared bond that only other 80s kids can truly understand. What are your most vivid memories from growing up in the 80s? Was it a particular game you played, a food you ate, or a time you got into some classic harmless trouble? I would absolutely love to read your stories. Share them down in the comments section below. Let's get a real wave of 80s nostalgia going and reminisce about those golden days together. It's amazing to think about how much has changed, but also how those core memories stick with us forever. We were a generation of survivors, of adventurers, of kids who knew how to make our own fun in the real world. And there you have it. A little walk through the glorious, tough, and unforgettable childhood of an 80s kid. It was a unique time to grow up, and I wouldn't trade those memories for anything. They are a part of our collective story. Thank you so much for watching and for sharing this trip down memory lane with me. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss another video from us. We have plenty more stories and memories to share. Until next time, take care and stay awesome.